These funny looking resistance bands are one of the best tools for restoring strength and functionality and overcoming pain in your fingers, hands, wrists, and forearms. What you can see when you look at these bands up close is that there are 4 medium-sized loops that run across the upper arch. They're evenly spaced from one another, and the lower arch has one larger loop that's positioned dead center. And what you're supposed to do with this is slide your fingertips through the medium-sized loops, and the thumb goes in that larger hoop on the bottom like that. And you can see that the band is designed to provide resistance to this opening motion, just like that. And that's how you exercise it. So what I do is I slide the lowest level of resistance onto each hand, and then I work on opening the fingers as wide as I can, going back and forth. And that's how I like to do it. I like to start in close with my elbows bent and my wrists forward, and then bend the wrist backward and straighten the elbow as I open the fingers, hold for a second at full extension, and then draw back in and repeat, just like that. Having the band on both hands at the same time just makes it much more efficient. Now, one thing that I should mention is that these bands come in a 6-piece set, and I'm using the lowest level of resistance, and that's pretty challenging for me. So you need to understand leverage when you're working with this, because this will be very difficult for most people. And so what you want to do when you're first starting out is slide those bands all the way down to the base of your fingers like that, and the base of the thumb. That's going to make it much more manageable for you to open your hand like that. And then as time goes on and you get stronger in this position, you can begin slowly inching that band down just like a millimeter or 2 at a time. One thing that I want to mention is that for the majority of people out there, the extensor muscles that are responsible for opening the hand and extending the wrist are not accustomed to doing much work. And there's a positive side to that, which is that you really don't need to do very much to make significant gains in terms of the strength and fitness level of those tissues. And that's why I only recommend performing that hand opening exercise 2 to 3 times per week, and only performing 1 set per session. Also, because the tendons of those muscles are particularly long, it's important that you schedule rest days in between those exercise sessions to allow that tissue plenty of time to adapt to the stress that you're putting on it.